Hello, my fellow gamers. Welcome back to Comfortable Gaming. Today we're talking the best Xbox Game Pass games Q1 of 2022, the first 3 months of 2022. What were the best games to come to Game Pass? And this is my top 5 list of those games. If you're new to the channel, we do everything Game Pass on this channel. News on Xbox Game Pass games coming, leaving, and any new updates that you need to know about. So if you click down below, subscribe, and let's just get straight into the video. Coming at number 5, Rainbow Six Extraction. This came out in January at the beginning of the year, and this was a day one release, which was a really big release to start of the year to Game Pass, and I think it's a really fun game. If you like the normal Rainbow Six Siege, then you would like this, except it's more of PvE adjusted, and you have evolving maps, different things, you fight monsters and stuff. It was a lot of fun. I played it at the beginning. I'm not the hugest fan of Rainbow Six games. I think they're excellent games, really good tactical shooters, but I really enjoyed it, and it was a really good way to start Game Pass in January, and especially with a day one release. And it's a fun game to play with friends and stuff. It has its potential. It was way better. It reminds me of, let's say, Back 4 Blood, just in a way better way it's done, as you play co-op with your friends and fight different monsters. So I really enjoyed this game quite a lot, and it's definitely one of the best games that came to Game Pass at the beginning of the year in the first 3 months. And this is just to let you know, guys, this is just my opinion of my favorite games that came out to Game Pass in the first 3 months, and games I enjoyed, and also my opinion, I think, which are really worthy to be on this list, that are good games that you should check out and play, and so on and so on. So yeah. Coming in at number 4, Hitman 3 and Hitman Trilogy. Now, it was very hard for me to shuffle which game should be where in this list, and Hitman is a great game. It can be easily higher on the list depending on someone who's just loves these games. I personally think they're great games. I do love Hitman. I enjoy them when they come out. I've loved every single one I've played. It's just I'm trying to make the list that I feel like were the best games, in my opinion. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people's list will be different on which were the best games on Game Pass at the beginning of the year. But this is just a great trilogy of games, and the new Hitman was absolutely great. I really enjoyed that game, and even the first two. So it's a no-brainer. It should be on this list. January didn't pull any punches, definitely, at the beginning of the year in Game Pass. And what can I say more about Hitman? If you have never played Hitman and you want to be an assassin of sorts, it's a great game to get into. It's a bit hard at the beginning to master a little bit and how the game works and stuff. It does take a little bit of patience, but other than that, it's a fantastic game, and it's definitely worth your time. If you still haven't checked it out, it's been on Game Pass since January, and it's definitely one of the best games that has come to the service at the beginning of the year. Coming at number 3 on this list, Mass Effect Legendary Edition. Now, this game is just absolutely amazing, and in my opinion, I think this is actually the best game on this list out of all the games in this top 5 list for Q1 on Game Pass. It's just the reason I'm putting it third. If people maybe think this is the best game, I personally think it is the best games out of all of them. Yeah, it's just because it's a great remaster of 3 really great games. One of the best space sci-fi games ever, one of the greatest RPGs, and I just loved Mass Effect, and this Legendary Edition just proves that, just improves on small little things, makes the game look better for modern standards, and it's just a great journey to dive back into again. If you never play these games, it's really the best time to check it while it's on Game Pass, especially the Legendary Edition, because it has been more enhanced, so it will feel more to modern standards and not feel like such an old game if you're a little bit fussy about graphics and stuff. Other than that, it's just a brilliant story, brilliant game. And like I said, the only reason it's number 3 maybe on this list is just because it is a remaster of games that have been around for quite some time. So it's not like something new or something type of thing. So that's the only reason. Otherwise, I do think this is the best game on this list. But for Game Pass and what you get in, I do want to see more newer games to be added to the service. Now, this Legend Edition was a new game that came out in 2020, the edition, but again, it's just a remaster. It's not a brand new game, and that's my reason for putting it there. But other than that, I absolutely love this game. Do check it out. Number 2 on the list is Total War Warhammer 3. This was a day one release in on the 17th of February on Game Pass, and it's only a Game Pass PC game because it is an exclusive PC game. So if you have Game Pass PC and you have a PC, then I'm sure you played this game. If you love strategy games, you love Total War, it's a great addition to Game Pass. It's a pity these games are not on console because they are really worth worth it. They are really amazing games. I loved all the Total War games. I'm quite a fan of the games. I enjoyed 2 very much so, and 3 is just brilliant. Just a great addition to a great franchise, in my opinion. And it's just a really fun game and launched very well. And I think not a lot of people maybe have talked about it as much as the other games. And it's such a great addition to Game Pass, and one of the best games at the beginning of the year, I think, alongside maybe Horizon, Elden Ring. Really, really great game at the beginning of the year. Some people don't talk too much about strategy games because it is a niche for certain people, but a fantastic strategy game and a really great factions and things you can do, real-time tactics. I just love this game, and it's definitely worth the second spot. Maybe couldn't even been the best spot if the next game, I think, just was a big surprise for me. It surprised me what the game was about, but excellent game and a great day one release. I absolutely loved it. I'm still playing it. Out of all the games I think on here, that's the only game I'm still playing now and then, because I always loved strategy games. I grew up playing PC and strategy games. So yeah, do check out Total Warhammer if you have PC Game Pass, or maybe you already played it. Brilliant game. Now my number 1 game for Q1 of Game Pass is Marvel Guardians of the Galaxy. And Q1 of 2022 games for Game Pass, the first 3 months was this game, just because it surprised me. I don't think it's the best game on this list. I do think Warhammer, what it is a better game, but at the same time, they're completely different games. So it's hard to compare a real-time strategy game to like an action-adventure game. And Mass Effect is for me probably the best game on here. But again, like I said before, it's been around before. It's not an unfamiliar game. And this came out the year before, and I didn't want to get it because I kind of wanted to check out reviews and stuff, because Square Enix's Avengers was quite a bad game and just launched terribly, so I was quite worried for this game, and I was quite surprised it runs decently. And then I was playing other games and I was thinking to get it, and when they announced it was coming in Game Pass, I immediately played it, and I was pleasantly surprised, because Guardians of the Galaxy, I'm one of my favorite Marvel heroes out of the whole MCU, Marvel Comics. I've always loved Guardians of the Galaxy. They're just so cool to me and just such fun. And I love the way the characters are portrayed. They're portrayed extremely well in this game, to their mechanics, how they fight, to the story, to each little dialogue when you go to progress through the game, how the company interacts with one another, and it's really, really done well. Really good bosses in the game that I enjoyed. The combat for me was the only thing that I didn't enjoy. I felt like I wanted to try and use the other characters more, instead of just playing with Quill and then you alternate with moves with them. But that was fine. The story was really cool and really done well. It was goofy and funny and serious at the same time. Brought me those feelings the first time I watched the first Guardians movie. It's really, really done well in that sense. It's one of the games that pleasantly surprised me, and I'm putting it first on the list because it is something new and I really enjoyed it. Warhammer was just a sequel and was a great game, but this I just generally enjoyed. So there you have it, guys. That's my Q1 best games to Game Pass in 2022, the first 3 months. If you like this video, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys all in the next one.